Deirdre, why did you join the Fierce Emporium?
I first came across the Fierce Emporium about 12 months ago. So I had been at a sort of a career crossroads. For most of my career, I've been kind of, yes, I'll work hard now and then I'll retire early. So I kind of gave that a shot, but I've worked out that it didn't really suit me. I was too young. The winters are very long and very boring because all the activities that happen during summertime don't happen during winter time. So I worked out that I wanted to keep going with my career. I'd had a couple of hiccups in the last few years. I'd had a major illness. I'd had a career change where I changed from a job that I quite liked, but the location didn't suit, to a job that looked perfect on paper. But when I went to the job, I didn't have access to the people that I needed to actually make the job a success. And what I would now realize as that's a major no-no for me. Other people may have been able to get around it, but for me, it was a major pitfall. And I left the job feeling quite defeated and quite, oh, do I actually have the skills that I think I've got? Are they any use? Have I gone stale? So I was kind of mentally searching, and I came across the Fierce Emporium, and I did the Derailed program, and I found it really amusing. Just that there was this naughty character, and it took me ages to realize that that naughty character is actually Lucia dressed up. So that was actually a bit of a revelation for me.
You didn't know that was my alter ego?
No, it took me a long time.
Oh my God.
So I was a couple of months into the Fierce Emporium before I actually realized that. But based on the Derailed program, I found that useful. I found that gave me some insights and some breadcrumbs that I wanted to follow up. And I made the commitment then to sign up to the Fierce Emporium. I knew, yeah.
Did you have any hesitations?
Say it again.
Did you have any hesitations?
Oh, I had a hesitation on the financial side. I knew it'd be a big financial commitment, and I have, invested in my career over the years, invested in my education. It's something I strongly believe in. But this was something where, I couldn't recoup it from an employer at a later stage. But I thought about it and I thought, no, it's worth it. I want to go again. It's worth the investment. I'm interested in what's on offer here. And I absolutely think it's been a fabulous investment. So yes, it's worked well for me.
Okay. And Deirdre, what were some of the highlights of your time in the Fierce Emporium?
I actually made some notes here because, I kind of lose track when I'm talking, but personalizing success, realizing that some of the traits that I've tried to hide maybe or mask over the years are actually my strengths. So I have a real strong need to engage with people, and almost in everything I do, I'm looking for a customer. I'm looking for somebody that I'm working for and trying to satisfy some need that they've got. So to find that balance, I actually need to talk to people, need to engage with them, need to be open, need to be vulnerable, need to be creative, to have fun and to fool around, and to really forge those honest relationships. But that's something that in the last few years of work, I'd kind of been trying to hide because the workplace was a little bit regimented, and it was a little bit, don't show weakness, don't show vulnerability. And it was just, countercultural to me. So what I would have perceived maybe as a weakness, I now perceive as a strength. There's another thing as well. It's about personalizing success. So it's realizing that success for me is not necessarily the excellent CV and the public world. It's a lot about what I do myself that keeps me happy. So a sideline for me has always been property renovations. And during the last couple of years, I've had a chance to pretty much immerse myself in that world. And I love it. So I absolutely love it. It'll never be my full-time career, but I think it'll be a strong part of my portfolio career.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
And what,
And I was going to say part of that was realizing that I'm actually quite happy driving a white van and being queen of the road.
Deirdre, queen of the road in her white van. Okay, brilliant. And are there any sort of other takeaways that you're going to take into your future, Deirdre, from the Fierce Emporium?
There's a lot. Just building on what I said before, I would have been very concerned with how the outside world would perceive me. And a big thing for me is that shift to sort of self-regard, that it's more about what I feel and what I want to do, rather than how the outside world will view me. In the past, when I've taken a risk, generally the outside world has come along with me. And I feel that'll be the case here as well. I work on what I want to work on. I develop an offering, and my offering will be in the software area. And I have a feeling that the outside world will applaud me once done, but it's not my starting point. So getting over the fear of making that first step has been huge. There was actually another personal highlight that I didn't mention there, which is that ability to work in a group. I really, really like the fact that the Fierce Emporium means that you're traveling together with other people. You're not trying to do it solo. And that was actually a huge support and a huge motivator to me. To know that there are monthly meetings mean that I kind of have to get myself organized beforehand, and it keeps me on track. So actually that was another highlight.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you. And does your future look or feel any different now?
I would say so. Yeah, I would say that I'm a lot more confident now in making decisions about my future. I have a sense that my portfolio career might be quite successful, doing some creative IT work, preferably working with other developers, and some property renovation work. So I think I'll have a summer-winter sort of career. So summer will be property renovations, winter will be software.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. And who else do you think might benefit from joining the Fierce Emporium? Not necessarily individuals, but what sort of people? At what sort of stage?
I actually think reflective people, because I think it is important to be reflective. To get the most out of this, you have to have that ability just to look back in on yourself. It gives you excellent tools to do that. So reflective and possibly feeling a little bit out of sync with the current workplace, or feeling that things aren't quite right and could be better, and maybe just needing some help to get out of that feeling of being stuck to move forward.
Brilliant.
I think the biggest gift this gives is the insight into what's important to me and the recognition of what's good and bad for me, so that I don't go into situations where I can battle my way through, and I have in the past, but where it leaves me feeling quite drained or tired or frustrated. So yeah, it's positive.
Lovely. And a very silly one to finish on. What 3 words would you use to describe either the Fierce Emporium or your time in the Fierce Emporium?
Explorative. Definitely, because the whole nature is about exploring myself, my work history, my work future. So explorative, 100%. Supportive, particularly with Lucia, and with the fact that there's a group who are traveling the same journey. And productive, because at the end of this now, I'm approaching my 12-month sort of calendar, and I've moved on hugely. And like, I wasn't too bad to start off with.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Deirdre.